Down in Tasmania, there's a little valley tucked away under Sleeping Beauty Mountain. The people living here have rediscovered the benefits of a vanishing way of life. The small town economy. Families trade with one another, swapping foods they grow and things they make. Passions are passed on. Children are finding inspired mentors.
There's quite a lot of people in Australia that attempt to make knives. There's not many people that actually forge them. What I do, nobody taught me that. You know, it's taken me so long to learn, you know, I'd like to hand it on to a young fella that's interested. But the person, obviously, to do it has to have the passion. A mate of mine bought a bit of land and it had this old bus on it. It really suits me because I'm by myself with the dog, and that's all I need really. Being amongst the animals and firewood you once hear. And within 20 minutes of a major city, you can drink the water from the river. It's amazing. Probably about 18 years of actually been making knives. I get a lot of interest from chefs from all around the world. That one's going to New South Wales, I think. It's a boning knife. Obviously not finished, but I've got to put a handle on it and clean it up. And it's got to be, blade's got to be cleaned up, pinned, polished. Chef's knife. This is what I call my multicultural knife. It's in Damascus steel. It's a black-hearted sassafras scabbard and a red deer handle. There's about 1,000 layers of steel in that one. Merlin just showed up one day, you know, just sort of like I looked out there and there he was walking up the track and asked me if I could teach him how to make knives. Then I think he was talking to Lyndon because they were going to the same school, and then Lyndon really wanted to have a go with it, so they both come along and had a bit of a hammer and yeah.
So this is going to be the tang here, and forge it down there. So we're going to forge that down at the same time pulling it out that way.
Gave us a bit of metal and I'm like, taught me how to shape it and bash it the right way, and yeah, grew from that really.
Push him out that way.
Yeah, I done it from this. The first time I hit some metal and I could see that how easy it was to shape. It was, yeah, kind of opened up a whole new world.
I suppose in some circles people look down on it. because it's a knife, you know, and therefore they think automatically weapon. But, you know, I mean, what do you prepare your food with? A knife. You know, I mean, a frying pan's a weapon too. So what we're doing is we're putting them in the fire and letting them cool down with the fire slowly, and that'll make the steel soft. When we harden them, we quench them in oil, and that cools them down really quick, and that tightens up the molecules and makes the steel hard. And this is the thing that gives you the edge.
Okay.
If you've done it right, temper it back.
Oh, so we just put it in there and we'll leave it.
So, yeah.
I've never met anyone else like him. I've never really seen anyone who lives like that and can still manage to be so kind.
Good girl. We'll give Lyndon a drink.
He has a nice will to teach others to pass on what he learnt.
Oh, that's not all right. Turn it round. Yeah, grab the tongs on the point of it, and then
A hard job snorting that. The same thing that's happening in that forge is sort of happening in the stars, where the elements are being made in the heat and the pressure and the gases and the whatever's going on in the stars. I mean, that's happening in that forge. It's forging the elements together. You know, you need that heat, you need that intense heat and that pressure, which is the hammer, to get them together. Well, usually I start with 5 layers of metal, forge weld them together in the fire, draw them out long ways, cut it and fold it back on itself, giving 10 layers. Forge weld that together, draw that out, cut it, fold it back. 20 layers. I might stop at 500 or 1,000 layers. This way you've got the soft steel protecting the hard steel, which gives you an unbelievable cutting edge. If you take like a samurai sword, people say, oh, they're alive. But I think anything handmade's alive in the sense that it absorbs energy, if we think of it like a battery. It absorbs the energy from you, or whatever you like to call it. The Damascus, you can hold at one end and you can feel your pulse travelling through it. If it cuts you, it's like getting a shock. It's amazing, it's like it's discharging that energy. I don't know if that's what it's doing. Seeing the end product, the sword or the knife, what you've been making, that it's come out of the earth and it's born. Now, this is the acid test. It has to be mystical, I suppose, and, you know, to see it actually happening. Okay. Where have you been? Where have you been? Hey, where have you been? In the back. Good girl. The valley's quite interesting, really, because it's got quite a mixture of people. There's like, you know, the old hippies are here, and there's ferals and people that farm cows and sheep, and, you know, a few vineyards, and people that just live in the bush because they just want to be away from everything. people, you know, sort of that live in the bush that have that sort of lifestyle don't tend to have a lot of money, so, you know, trading goes on a lot. You know, if someone wants a knife, you know, I might be able to trade them for a sheep or...
Oh, did you? Oh, I haven't heard. The mate that you're getting today is off this girl down here. I've just gone into mate again, so I think they're both in pig at the moment because he's got no interest in it at the moment. Is this it, mate? Oh, that's nice, mate.
Got a bit of oil on it.
Oh, it's nice, mate. Well, let's give it a try on this, eh? Good knife, mate. I'll just show a bit of this fat off. So, oh, that's a good knife, mate.
She works.
It's nice. Be easy to sharpen. Currently 3 pigs in here. 3 less aside. This girl was a little bit leaner than the others, so her loin's a bit, like it's just a tad leaner, but there's not so much fat on it.
Yep.
And I didn't know what you wanted to do with the shoulder, so I left that hole, and here's your leg for your prosciutto, mate.
Oh man, yeah.
So you might want to just trim her up around there. I don't know if you're going to bone it out, but so happy for that?
Yeah, bloody oath, mate.
That's a good deal, mate.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Like that knife.
Yeah, she's a beauty. No, I can't put this in the back seat with Digger. This is going to be my interpretation of a prosciutto. Got to get that salt in there. We don't want it going on.